Hi everyone, I'm June from Creativators, and this is our fourth Fun with Lego session. This week each team has to compete to design and build a Lego model of their own. They have to work together. There are no clearly defined roles, and the working together is the important part for the social skills. Even though they don't have clearly defined roles, two of the teams naturally assign a designer who becomes the leader. This could be because they were more used to dealing with Lego. The third team tended to work together more on an even footing. You'll see that there's lots of negotiation, persuasion, and problem solving going on as different ideas are tried and tested. These are important skills to have when you're faced with a new situation. That's something which many of us are in these days. In the discussion at the end, there are important points being raised and interesting points being raised about the whole experience. I hope you enjoy it.
Can I just say,
right.
It's not quite to the level of Jill's organisational skills, but I have Lego baggies.
Oh, well done. That's what we keep ours in, Lego bags.
We've done organisation
Oh, they've organised as well. Oh.
See, they've learned from last week.
Right, wait a minute. I'm going to get.
No.
I'm getting the Coke.
Okay. So just remind me what the rules are tonight. What we're doing.
So the rules are tonight. You're working in teams. Okay. So, and you can build whatever structure you want as long as it's within the time that you have. So I think I'll probably bring you back about 25 past. Okay, you'll be in separate breakout rooms and I'll come and check on you every so often. And I discovered last week that we can only record what I'm actually in on. So, so I'll stay in on some of what you're doing. And one tip, well, you're using social skills, so you'll be using social skills like compromise, negotiation, persuasion, staying calm.
There's no compromise.
Can I just, I now have to make a legal disclaimer here. For anyone who is not used to me, I am the Managing Director of Q and Review, and I can tell you we will not be paying for any divorce bills or any costs. So for those who are newly married, or for those of us who have been married a wee while, we're not paying for the divorce. Yet.
Yes. And even though you do disappear every so often into the green screen in the background,
I'm here. She hasn't killed me yet, June.
Yes. So I have got one technique that I teach on problem solving. It's the social side of problem solving, as opposed to the practical side and technical side. So what we say is that we try to stay calm. We work out what the problem is. We think up ideas for solving it and we discuss them. We choose one to try and we try it. And if it works, yay! And if it doesn't work, we try another one. And we go through the process until we find one that works. So it can be a very small thing, like we've dropped a piece of Lego on the floor, or there's a piece of Lego missing, and you can search in different places, go around other teams, look on the floor. So those are different suggestions and ideas for finding pieces of Lego. But if that doesn't work, you could check if you've got a spares box. I quite often keep a spares box for my Lego in case I find one on the floor. Stand on one, ouch, and then I keep it put it in my spares box. Or you can see if you can build your model in a different way that will work. So those are the different things that we do. So that just gives you an example of what we can practice tonight. Yeah.
can we clarify that nobody has made their model already and are going to pretend that they've done it tonight?
I didn't. I had design ideas, but I honestly haven't made anything.
Yeah, here's proof. Here's
Oh God, big bags of Lego. Honestly, nothing pre-made.
Okay then. So are you ready to start?
Yep.
Okay. And remember, there is you need to think about the people who are going to vote for you. So that'll be the other volunteers.
That's ruled out.
It's not a popularity contest. It is on the Lego design.
So a blind vote, a literal blind vote. We just put them up on the website and tell people A, B, or C, and then both sorted.
and the prize is a £50 voucher for Lego.
For Lego? For Lego? Lego?
Like we're going to win. We can't agree what pants we're putting on.
No. Can I ask for an early substitution? I can't have it in my team. We are so going to win this.
And on that note, I will put you in the rooms.
See you later, guys.
Bye. Good luck.
I don't need it. You wait.
You will definitely need it.
Right, why is this?
Right, no.
No. Just to tilt it so that it doesn't keep. So I'm not sitting in front of the.
Oh no.
Stuff that we can do.
Let's get started building. You've started.
Oh, they have not.
Right, let's join the breakout.
I know.
Are you in your countdown?
And then I thought we'd just try one out as a design thing, and then we'll build a bigger one. Give me the black flat bit there.
Right, I'm here.
Oh, I explained to Alistair what my theory is. I'm going to try and build a wee model first, and then decide if it needs to be changed, and then move on to me scaling it up to a bigger version. That's the plan.
That sounds good.
So sorry for the noise, but we're just emptying out a shed with a Lego. Which
No,
you can't
carry
be in
on.
here, darling.
I know one of the bits you wanted.
That's what I wanted. Just
Right.
So the plan is, as I say, we're going to build a little sample size one, and then we'll scale it up once we've figured out all the problems we've got building that one, so that we don't have to take apart quite so many bricks later on.
Yeah.
Right, so picture the TARDIS in your mind.
Yes, dear.
It's a box, yes.
Compromise, June. Yes, dear.
Yes. I don't know if that's compromise or compliance.
This is not going to end well. Right, so picture. So we want to have a box.
Yes, dear.
Has it got slopey bits at the bottom?
Have you told them what?
A box goes like that, doesn't it?
Just picture a police box. Is it not got slopey bits at the
No.
bottom? Okay, then start building a square.
Right.
So it's going to have 4 sides. Yes.
I need my spec.
Where are my glasses? Where are yours?
I broke. Alright, anyway. Right, what am I building with? You tell me.
Oh no, we're just going to try this out as a sample. We're working together. We're not.
Okay.
We don't need wheels, so we don't need
I'm
that.
only doing it in black.
Well, I'm just doing this as a sample, yes.
So do we not need that?
I don't know what that one is. No, it's a wedgie one. Don't do that. So, so I guess you just want to start off with maybe the smaller ones. There's the corners.
Okay.
So do it for that one, and that one, and that one, and the corners. And how many squares is that in between? How many wee dots is that in between them?
9.
That's how you bits.
There, here, 9 biscuit.
Okay, so we'll make that the door.
Right.
So we want to leave that one blank. So we want to build up across and round the side.
Have we got more of these?
No 4, but we've got bigger ones, which are the double ones, yeah.
Right.
Don't really matter what colour they are, we're just trying to build this now. Try and reflect it on the other side as well. The one at the back is twosies.
Right.
We want to start filling up the back.
Bits.
It's got the one start. I guess it doesn't really matter the colour, it's more of a design concept we're doing at the moment. Is that a 2?
I've actually used Lego before. I'm just as bad as the manual. I've seen it, but I've never actually used it.
You've never played with Lego.
No,
Why are you assisting me if you've never played with Lego before?
because I'm a mechanical boy.
Why is now the time to tell me you've never used Lego before?
Never asked me.
That's a door. Don't fill in the door.
Well, that's the door.
Okay, right, I'll let you off. There's a 2C.
It gives a choosy. This is the blind leading the blind. You do know that. Right. So I need.
So now we just want to keep going
Walk.
round and round. What are you looking for?
I need 48s. Right. I need more 80s. Oh, right, sorry. Can you see?
You want me to put the light on?
Yes. Put the spotlight on actually.
This one?
Yeah.
Try not to keep up close on the camera. Sorry, I have to bleep that out.
Yeah, that's better.
Is that better?
Ta. And I need more of your twosies.
There, look.
How long have we got, June?
Well, we've got until 20 past, so we've got another 5 minutes just doing this to test it, and then we'll start building the bigger one.
Yeah, I'll probably bring you all back about 25 past. So you do want to be,
Okay.
yeah, you do want to be finishing off at about 20 past, just adding the last few bits.
Yeah. If this was Bake Off, we'd just be doing that final.
See, that's not working.
Why is it not working?
Because that's moving.
Okay, so well, the river doesn't actually have to fly, darling. So this time, how many across is it at the back? There you go. Wow. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now you want 6s.
Uh-huh.
There's a 6 there. There's a 6 there. Okay.
How are we doing it?
Oh, that's probably high enough after you finish that whole level. But darling, why are you underneath me?
Standing up. Right, are we doing a door on the roof?
Well, yes, I'm just wondering if we have a door. That's what we think of windows and doors. Oh, darling. Oh, look, there's a door. Oh, you're done. Does that fit in? Oh, it doesn't fit in there. Okay, so if we build it bigger, it needs to be bright. It needs to have 4 at the front. So
right,
what we need to do is make that need to be a bigger one. Yeah, but we want to put something underneath the door first. This is the door. Do you think the door's just right there?
We've not got time, so let's get it done.
Okay, but what colour are we going to do it?
Blue, brown, and green.
No, darling. There needs to be a theme behind it.
Let's just build it.
No.
None of your 9 months planning routine.
No. The whole point of this is any numpty can just chuck bricks on a board. You want to try and get some kind of no,
right,
darling,
green.
No. Look, rainbow colours. Look. So what do we start with on the rainbow colour? Red. I think we want to put some curvy bits at the bottom. So put some curvy bits at the bottom to make up the edges. What are you whining about?
I'll leave you to it. I'll go and see how the others are doing.
Okay, bye. Well, that doesn't need to be that size.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
So we've kind of got an idea of making. Do we tell you what we're making?
You
Right.
can do. It doesn't matter.
We're making a house. So we've built the roof. Like so we've got a roof tiles with sloped, and then we've got this bit with the windows.
Yeah.
And I think about making up the back. We had made one, but I think we had different coloured tiles. But I like it being sort of not too many colours. So I wanted to find what we have the most colours of. So that's what we're trying to get used to.
Ah, right. Sounds good. Well, you've got just over half an hour still, so
yeah,
you can embellish it or change it as much as you like.
I think we may end up being like, oh, that's not quite right, and yeah, trying to work out. I think we're the people that have the least experience with Lego, so we're still getting to grips with the how it all works.
Well, if it's any help, Alistair hasn't played with Lego ever before tonight, apparently.
Oh, there we go. Him and Emmanuel are in the same. Like he's got one extra experience than Emmanuel does, so.
Yeah.
That'll be good. So, do you think we should do more blues at the back?
Yeah.
Maybe we can make a blue. I think these need to be flat, don't they? So that needs to be. Oh yeah, that's pretty there. I like that. I just dropped one. Hold on. Can you hold that while I get it for that? Yeah. Oh, are you okay? Oh no. There we go. So we just need to try and build the base up, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think how many is that? How many dots is that? So that looks like it fits there. So that would be 1, 2. So we need to find something that's 2 dots. Or do you want to make it blue rather than?
That one is 2.
I know, but it's not blue; it's brown.
Yeah, but
do we want to? Because here's blue ones. Do we want to do that instead?
Yeah, we can.
Well, here's these are single ones as well. So we can keep going with the single design. So how many long is it? Hang on, what is this?
You know, you need to make one first and then you can.
Yeah,
it's not
that's true. Okay. Right. How many bricks along is it? Can we do that?
Yeah.
And then we've got more to build on, haven't we?
There's something on the floor.
Yeah. I can that. Oh, there's something else on the floor. What's that? Okay. Right. Yeah. Here, that makes up the numbers. And different colours of blue go together, don't they? And does that add up to the same? Yeah, that adds up to the same. Right, I'll take this top bit off. And then, oh, it's like a brick pattern. Look, it's like a brick pattern.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That actually worked better than I thought it would.
I think it's better for you to wait till the end before showing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Because
that's fine. You can show me bits throughout.
Wasting the time.
Oh, yeah. Because you think we build a separate wall here? How do we build a wall? We could...
No, it's just by if we put this on top of each other, it will become a wall.
Okay. Or do you think we have like an open house that we can see inside? Because it's just a structure after all. It's not like a. And we could build some. Oh, where's the? Do we have chimneys? And we can make them in orange.
Okay.
Here, how about this is a big chimney?
Okay.
And then we can build that up a chimney. And then we can build something at the front of the house.
Yeah, let's see.
Do you like that?
Okay. How would they get up? Can we make a stair?
They don't go up to the chimney.
Okay,
The
no.
chimney. Oh, how do they get up to where?
Because we have a flat roof and if people want to get to
Oh yeah, we can make like somewhere for them to sit.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking I might try and make something that looks. Oh, grey is smoke. Smoke is grey, isn't it? We can make something that looks like smoke coming out of the chimney. There. What about that? Looks like. Was that good?
That's good.
Or is this some? Or here? Or is this? Or is that too much smoke? No, that doesn't look there. No. Let me see if we can click that on first and then add it on.
That is
That
nice.
doesn't look. Does it? Oh, is that one?
No, no.
Which one? Oh, here. That will be fine. There. Does that look like smoke from the chimney?
Yeah.
Or I might build the chimney up a little bit so it looks, so the smoke's not taller than the chimney and it's not too. There. There we go. What do we want in front of our house? We've got that. Maybe we could make like a. What colours do we have? We have pink and purple. Maybe we could make a wee flowers in the garden.
Covering the side first?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what colours do we have? We could make white, black. Oh, we could put a window here. Put windows on the side.
Yeah, that looks nice.
There we are. Now we have sides.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, and then do you want to put more in there?
No, but before we make the windows.
Because we've got small black ones that we could use to fill up the spaces in there. You might have more delicate. You might be more delicate at it than me. I'll find out all the wee small black ones. Here's some small. Oh, there's a brown one. We can take the brown. And I think let's start making some flowers to put in our garden.
Okay.
There we go. So I'll make like a white base with pink and purple flowers.
Yeah, that's
okay. Our flowers may be massive compared to our house, but whoever lives in the house will be intimidated by their massive flowers.
The ground must be really, really fertile there.
That's it. Oh, yep. They're very good gardeners. Right. Because I'll take the ideas from the flower that we did last time.
Right.
It'll be the same, but it's the. I wouldn't have thought of making a flower if it wasn't for that last. When we made flowers.
Yeah.
Which bit are you looking for? Oh yeah, I've been talking about my feet.
Where's the flower?
Just building them.
Right, I'll leave you to it and go and see how the other two are doing.
Yeah. Thank you.
See you in a bit.
Yeah.
Bring me to go out at a bit of an angle. So that
Hi there.
Hi. I've already got these bricks. Not what I was meaning, but okay. Well, I don't know.
How's it going then?
Okay, we've made a cassette.
Okay. Oh, brilliant.
So we are trying to see if we've got enough time to try and make like a microphone to go with it.
Uh-huh.
We were thinking along the Q review lines of using a microphone and sending it out on a tape.
Good idea.
But I'm having issues building a microphone.
Have you not got the right bits?
I don't really know how to make a ball out of Lego, but I was saying like the kind of cheese wedge ones. Well, I got to this point.
Well, I think that's good.
Yeah.
It's not like a four-way top one. Like I know it brings it more to a point, but for in the top for the dots.
But then I don't really know how to get the ball on the underside.
Well, would you not put another layer underneath that and then put the cheese wedge ones on top of that?
But they're corner ones that I've put on. Oh, you don't have upside down corners.
Okay.
But let me see what I can do.
Okay.
Well, that could work. Does it look anything like a microphone?
If you use your imagination, but not all microphones look exactly round, do they?
Yeah.
We're very much going with the Q and review theme.
Hoping that might win us the votes.
Yes. Good idea, though.
Any luck?
I've just got more upside.
There's no more curved ones in the other set. I don't know what colour they would be right now, but anything there? No.
Could go multicoloured.
Okay. I think just go multicoloured. People will get the gist. Hopefully.
I think we could.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about putting, have you got any, there's more black new ones? I was just thinking, could you do that as the,
or as like
the
stand
base bit? Well, like I was trying to make the stand, that's what I was saying, if you got something that would hold that at an angle.
Oh, I know what you mean. Oh!
Yes! Right. How did you find that? Yeah, build it up in that and then we can attach it to that so that it's got a wee stand.
Do you just need that? Or do you want an actual pole on it?
Oh, how do we attach that to the pole?
What do you mean?
Well, like I was thinking that you would have that holding the microphone, but if that's going down at the side.
I don't know what your shoes.
Oh, that's not what I was meaning. But yeah, that works. It's like a microphone.
I don't think it looks like a microphone. I think we've got some issues happening.
I think you need to.
I think our stand might be too big.
Okay.
I think it needs to look more poly.
Have you got any more of the other ones, those ones in the same colour?
Let me check.
Because I think if we make that more prominent, that's going to be a different colour.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Do you not think the pole would look better as a pole?
Well, I didn't know how big you were making the top bit.
Oh, it's my microphone is too small. Is that what you're saying to me?
I
have another one of them, those hingy bits.
Just because it's to go with the size of the cassette, it's huge.
Well, let me up then. I'll never have it seats. It'll be the microphone for the Green Giant.
What I was meaning was like, was there some way of attaching that?
Oh, it's like
the side of that,
bit?
so that you're like this would be full length like that.
Does that make sense? We had bits in here that we had L bits, did we not?
So how you...
I don't know, I think I maybe just got overexcited about nothing.
Yeah, because I don't know how that would actually. Or do we need these guys? Yeah, let's try stick to the front line. I don't know if I'm quite sure what we're trying to do. Like what this is my mic stand is what I was saying, but like what I was saying was your top bit of the mic. So pretend that's like the foam bit. I was meaning that it would hold it like that. So you would still have like your microphone coming down at an angle. I think the issue is I don't know how you would attach, like that's an angle thing, but I don't know how you attach the microphone to that bit. Do you almost need to do something like, was there not a wee black thing that we had last time that went at a different side? No, it doesn't work. I've just extended the problem. Remember we had the things that had the eyes coming out? That's the grey bit, the other grey bit that I gave you. So how would we do that? Because it's still then just creating, oh, okay, hold on. Does that attach to the bottom there? They do they? Yeah, right, if we got more of them. I think we had them one. If we just had another one. Yes, thank you. I'll give you back your top to work on. Sorry. Let me see if I can get, is there any grey square ones?
I'll leave you to it. Go and see how the others are doing.
Okay.
I'm back.
Hello.
Hi, June. Quick, put away the other version.
How's it going?
We're all right.
Oh.
Alistair decided that he hadn't played Lego before, so we're having some difficulties, but other than that, we're all right.
Well, remember, Emmanuel's only done 1 week, so.
But that's 1 week, June.
Well, that's true.
I don't have any
We're short of an indigo.
purple blocks. That's really most
Right,
vexing.
we're going to have.
We got one in. How many short are we? Oh no, that's not going to look right, Valley. We have to rearrange it, you know.
30 years together, June.
And 1 Lego session. It's meant to increase your social skills, not decrease.
That's completely the wrong colour.
Yes, dear.
It's not even close.
What I want to know is why June's not got her partner taking part in this tonight.
He's too good. He's too good. He loves Lego. Oh,
right.
Wow. See, the door does still
show
open.
The camera.
The door does still open. Oh, okay, you can't actually see that.
No, it's disappearing into the background.
Probably because it's partly blue.
Yeah, just hold it still.
We'll figure it out. No.
Right. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
So now we need what's that? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and now we need violet. So which one have we got the most of? Don't we have enough of any of them, do we?
Well, it's going to have to be the pink.
We could make the violet a kind of a blue.
You're the one with the watch.
Yeah, it's a deep kind of blue purple color, violet.
Okay, so we've used the dark blue and we've used the purple already. So indigo and
yeah, indigo's kind of deeper than violet. Violet's slightly.
Okay, so we're going with this one for violet then.
Okay.
It's got lots of big bricks, so we're all right with that. Fine, yep, good job. I'll make a brick layer out here yet, Mixie. Is that making sense? Well, that's the wrong colour.
You're all right. You still got 15 minutes.
It doesn't help the fact that I'm bluey colour blind. They all kind of shade together. I can't tell which one's which there. Sorry. Tell me if you stop dropping them inside.
Wait. What are you doing? That's that. There you go. Put that bit there. I'm trying to.
Put that over the door, the lintel kind of thing.
So I need more.
Are any of them the right colour?
No.
What?
There's some in there.
Well, is that the right colour? What time still?
That's from colour.
We wedgie bits, but we'll just put them in the inside anyway, and it doesn't you can't really see. Ha 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 ha! Wedgie bits, yeah, dancer. Ah. How many is that we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's not used that one. So it's a 4-0 we're looking for. Is that the right colour?
Yes.
The upside down one, no use to me. Is that the right colour? No.
There's one. This one.
Is that the right colour?
Yes.
So that's sugary lumps.
Right, and then we need a
1, 2. Oh, that's going to look like a slope though, isn't it? How am I going to figure that out? So if I take that edgy bit off. Oh crap, that.
Why not just put black on the top? Right. Well, LGBTQB. For Bumblebee.
It's rainbow stripes because that's the colour of the 13th Doctor's t-shirt. You do know that, yes?
No, we didn't. Right. We still need that.
We need 4 by 2. Is there any
No,
4 of these by 2 of these?
Nope.
Oh, most depressing.
Right.
I'm determined. That's a 3 we need.
Oh. We need a 3.
Things I've built before, have any of them got that colour in them? I don't think they do, no. It's most vexing. Right. Let's take these videos off. What colour did we say that was? Oh, I'm not happy with that. Not happy with it. No, that's not going there. Right, okay. Right, so now we've got the blue. Red of York gave battle in vain. So now we need to build the top, which would be the darker blue again.
How have we got roofy bits?
Well, I think we'll get edgy bits. I don't know how many of them we've got. Let's see if we've got bits like that.
They're not very big enough.
Oh, that's only like 1 edgy bit.
So how are we going to build the roof?
That was kind of the... See how you said let's just give up on the sample and let's just get building?
Oh, what about doing that?
Yeah, but we want it the right colour, don't we?
No. Only.
See, I've got corners. Right,
so we've got loads of these blue ones.
Let's see, we've got 4 corner bits. Alistair, Cameron and McPhee, I swear if you keep dropping things inside here, I'm going to make you remedial Lego for the rest of the night.
Right, I will leave you to it.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, hi.
Hiya, how's it going?
Yeah, we changed plan a little bit. We've got this so far,
Oh, that looks good.
and it's got a rooftop pool.
Uh-huh.
They have a chimney. We thought, and with a wee diving board and like deck chairs.
Oh, wow.
Flowers, an archway to come into the house.
Yeah.
Lighting in front of the house so that people can, yeah.
Very fancy. I'd love to live there.
Do we talk through ideas or do we just show it?
You can talk through your ideas so that people understand where you're coming from.
Okay. And then do we send you pictures or do you just take pictures from Zoom?
Well, I think Alistair might put it on Facebook or something.
Okay. So we'll take
yeah,
some
if you can show us, well, maybe I'm just thinking it might be easier to take the photos because then you can take it from different angles, whereas on Zoom you won't see it quite so clearly.
Yeah, so we'll do that. Right. How long have we got?
5 minutes.
You've got 10 minutes left in
10
total.
minutes. Okay. Oh, okay. Not longer than we thought. What else do we want to add to the house?
I think this house is fantastic.
I know. I'm quite happy with the wee house. Considering we genuinely had no idea before we started this.
Really?
We thought we'd like, I don't know, I was like, oh, do we have to come up with an idea beforehand? Quickly Google something so we can have some idea. We were like, oh, we haven't got any ideas.
We've done really well to build that with no ideas.
Oh.
So did you Google something to get the idea or did you just discuss it?
We just we were just thinking simple shapes. And like, you know, like when you're drawing, like, I think I just thought, like, I just need some simple shapes that we can do with Lego because neither of us are that fancy that we can do too much. And yet, one of the first things he always draws like a house when I'm scribbling. So that's where the house came from. And it just built from there. So.
And I think we've put different colors so that we can appeal to the sense of color for the judges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that if they like the color, even if it's not good enough, they will like it.
And I was just thinking of what we've got because I knew that we'd loads of these like little windows.
Yeah.
So that's probably where the house came from as well, like simple shape and windows. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good plan. I quite often say to people when they're having to design stuff, look at what you've got because you might give you some inspiration and you'll need to think about the fact that you wouldn't be able to build certain things with the shapes that you've got.
Yeah, yeah, because we don't have any other Lego apart from the stuff that I get sent. So I keep looking at these, like I keep trying to think of what can this shape be. Cause I quite like this shape, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
you can use it on the side of the house, like that design.
Yeah.
Because this can it will be like the side.
Do you think we put it on one of these?
No, but you're building a square house. If you're not building a square house, it can be.
What about that? Is that just random? Because then that could be like a chimney. We could have added the chimney at the side. Because that's like smoke. Then that's what I think I was looking for, like smoke. Because that's what this is, isn't it? This is the smoke from the steam engine.
Yes, it is. That's right.
Oh, I just remembered where I've seen it before. And I like the wee, like, almost looks like a claw, doesn't it, on this one?
Yeah, it does. I think that was part of the flower as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do we have more than one of these?
Which one?
This one with the claw.
We have that color.
Oh, here we are. There's this one there that's claws. Because maybe we could add the claw into the lamp. That could be quick. Can you hold this? Like, we can put the claw at the back of this lamp. And then, here we are.
Look at this one.
Yeah. Look at that. I added that into the lamp.
And this one. Okay, so I think it looks clumsy.
Look, it's clumsy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it off. Oh, one of these could be like a bee on the flower
Yeah, that's good.
for some pollination. There we go. Will we just have one bee, or will we have? Yeah, one bee is enough, isn't it? Okay, I've just dropped it. I just have it on the yellow there, that yellow one. Thank you. Is there a little black dot or something? Okay. No, that's not what I'm looking for. It's a little black dot on top of the yellow to make it obvious that it's a bee.
Okay, use this one.
Well, there we are. We just need one.
Okay.
Because there's no space for the other one. It's quite cute, isn't it?
More than one flower.
Anyway, I'm just going to have one bee.
Okay.
Unless you want to have both bees. Yeah.
Right, I'll go and see how the others are doing. I'll probably see you back in the main session next time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, 5. Oh.
Hiya, how's it going?
Hi. Yeah, good. We finished your microphone now. Oh,
Good.
careful. It's a wee bit top heavy.
Oh, that looks really good. Yeah.
With buttons.
Uh-huh.
All about the buttons. And it does move, although, like I said, it's a wee bit top heavy. So
I'm very impressed.
it does balance sometimes. And we're just now doing a C and an R for Q and review.
Ah, that sounds good. Well, you've got just under 5 minutes left.
Okay. What's it need me to pick out? More twos? More twos, I think. I'm struggling with the top bit. Let's see. I think I really want, like, I don't know if actually I just need to make it. Why don't you make that middle bit just wider? Like, so whatever that one is there that's crossing over, just got a 4. Oh, there you go. Just connecting that one on that one. I'm just going to come in a bit. No, that's really okay. Come in a bit, I think I'm too far out. Okay. Got another 2. Another 2, there you go. It doesn't actually, there's a bit 2 in there to have that bit sticking out a bit more. Put it up to see how it looks. Do you want me to put a 2 there and have it sticking out? Yeah, maybe. You've got a 2. Do you need to have as many feet in the bottom? Like, is that also what's made? Like, would it look better? Less feet. What one do you think looks better? Well, I think give me that one over and I'll fix that one because I quite like the stalk of that one. I'm going to switch this around to that one. I'm going to set to take over foot. What was my top? A 4? 4 and then went into 2s. I think amalgamation of the 2 is going to be the base. How many tall was it? 8? 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, that's fine. Just seconds. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my re-proposed R. What about that? yours probably looks more, well, I don't know. What? I don't, it's yours shorter than the C. No, I think yours is more in keeping with the C, but I don't know if I look at it and see R. What do you think? Can we change that to a 3? Well, I don't know if it's your spacing too long. It's too short at the bottom, but it's too big at the top. In the most polite way possible. I think you almost needed it. What was going in there? Like I kind of can't tell if we could just make it bigger. Just put another layer and just put another layer in the C. Yeah, do that for me. Let me see the R for another layer at the bottom. Just put another one in the C. Have you still got something in there?
Right, I think you're having your minutes countdown now.
Okay. We are. Oh no. Like, do you not think that just makes it balance a wee bit more? Yeah. Okay, go for that. Right, I just need to put that last bit in. And do you want the R at the top to stick out anymore? Is it okay? No, I think that's okay. Okay. I think that's all I've got time for. Okay. Right. C R C and R. Okay. Okay. Happy? Yep. Job done. Oh.
Excellent.
Okay, see you in the next room.
Yes.
I'm timing them.
Hello.
You two drive the judge to get longer. We know it. June, what was your price?
You definitely have the countdown coming up.
I haven't got a price.
Not that we're competitive or nothing.
Have you finished, Karen?
Yes.
Oh, we have. Yes, I'm building something else now.
We'll believe you, thousands wouldn't.
I don't know, you might have to actually put something up behind it, otherwise it's going to go to the blue screen.
Right, I know what we'll put behind it.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Yeah, that'll work. Well, that was really interesting. I enjoyed going around the rooms and seeing what you're all doing. So, go on, Karen and Alistair, you can explain what you did.
All right.
No, on you go.
I'm usually the one that does all the talking.
Mr. McPhee announced 2 minutes into it that he'd never actually used Lego before. So I feel that Amy and I should get some kind of handicap here because we were espousing to her a bit.
Can I say we were talking about Lego through the week because our dads were talking about Lego and we were talking about this competition, and I was saying I didn't have Lego as a child growing up.
I was a Meccano boy. I was Meccano.
Got to love a bit Meccano.
I don't think I really had Lego either growing up. Like, I know of it, but I haven't really played it either.
Yeah.
Both at the handicap.
You're just
so much for Lego. But we've done something, so
Show us.
Because you're taking attention away from what we've done.
Oh, is that the engineer?
Why he went to touch it and then took something off it.
Come on, lift it up.
Okay, so
Even in the bits.
right, we've done a house. I think we've done. Okay, you hold the paper.
Fancy.
Okay. And we've done a rooftop pool on the house.
Nice.
And these are flowers.
He's having.
Nice.
We've done some flowers. We've done some smoke out of the chimney.
Oh.
And we've even used windows. And this is a wee archway and the wee stepping stones to get to the front door.
That's brilliant.
Amy, did I not tell you that directors aren't allowed to win?
Done. That's like an cracker.
That's what we've done.
Well done.
I've taken some photos, so I'll send them to you.
I expect Kevin McLeod to come round and
Right, Jill and Blondie.
So we took inspiration from Q and Review. So obviously when I was volunteering many years ago, as Amy, you will remember, we used cassettes.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Spinny wheel. We also used, careful, a microphone.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
right,
very
yes.
nice.
Okay. Right, that's us bombed now. Guess.
Then we did a wee, right, you. Just in the last few minutes.
Oh, look at that. Jammy swords. That looks really good. Well done.
Oh.
So
Alistair and Karen, I don't think you said what yours was.
Oh,
What is it?
It was supposed to be a rainbow TARDIS. It turns out not that Alison never used Lego before. He has no idea what the TARDIS looks like either. I'm not blaming my partner. I'm just saying it wasn't as well prepared as perhaps it should have been. And I started on a Dalek, but then I realised it was a unicycling Dalek because I only had one set of wheels. Daleks don't work on unicycles, it turns out. Design flaw. So there we go. I will continue to work on that and put up some up later.
Yeah. Here's some wheels.
There you go, extra wheels.
Thank you. Wait a minute. Pass them. Pass
Thank
them.
you.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh no, it's really interesting going around all the different teams and seeing the different ways that people were doing things. Like Alistair and Karen, you were like checking the colours out because Karen is colourblind, so they were discussing the different colours, so helping each other out there, which was great to see. And then talking about the plan to start with, they decided to do a wee prototype and then do a bigger model. But I'm not sure that they got the prototype completely because they got worried about the timing.
Yeah, Alison just lost patience and was like, yeah, let's just go and start the new one. And then we started halfway through it. And he's like, what do we do next? And I'm like, see that bit of the prototype you wanted to just give us? That's what we're going to figure out.
When June, when her mum watches this later, she will tell you that her and her dad share a quality. It says that any project, no matter whether it's tiling the bath or laying a carpet, it's all in the planning.
Yes.
Right? 9 months usually.
Planning and then deciding. Yeah, absolutely. But there were bits when Alistair was just, in fact, you all did. You sort of said what you needed, and then worked together as a team to get that worked out and sorted. And interesting, in Karen and Alistair's team, Karen was definitely doing the designing, and in Amy and Emmanuel's, Amy was doing most of the designing or talking about the design a lot. In Jill and Blondie's, they were talking about it together. Much more, they were kind of designing together. So that
they basically spent all week talking about what they were going to do, and then they were just reminding each other what I'm taking from that.
I thought there was maybe a sexist point being made here. I don't know about Emmanuel, but I think there was a point being made there.
Just stating the facts, what I observed. That's what you have to do. What else did I notice? Oh yeah, that even though somebody was taking a lead, when necessarily you were maybe asking questions or asking for suggestions, and you were listening to each other a lot in doing that. So that was really good too, listening to other people's opinions. There was quite a lot of explaining about what was in your head. That was really good too, because people can't see. I always tell my clients that people can't see what's in your head, so they can't necessarily imagine what you're thinking. So trying to explain it particularly when you're in a team setting, is really important, so that the other person can start to imagine it or visualize it in their head. So that was good too. Yeah, and at one point I really saw Jill asking for help from Blondie, and Jill was like, I don't know how to do this, and I can't see how to do this. And so Blondie immediately started to help out and discuss some of the ideas and other things. So that was really good. Asking for help's actually a really good skill to have, instead of getting upset, just asking for help. So that's really good too. So those were some of the things, there's a lot of problem solving going on there, and negotiation. A bit of compromise. But yeah, it's really good.
That must have been Amy and Emmanuel because it wasn't here.
But it's interesting to see who, you know, in some teams there's somebody who takes the leadership role, and in other teams sometimes nobody takes the leadership role, but they work much more closely together, and that can depend on all sorts of different things.
But it's also about, well, as well as your personality type, it's about how you normally behave. I mean, like 9 to 5, I'm not a leader, but I'm in charge of my own time, and I just do, other people do, I tell them what I need them to do and they go and do it. So, and then he's the same. So the difficulty is when the two of us get together, we're both like, well, just go do it. And you're like, well, I'm not going to do it, you go do it. And that's what it tends to butt heads a little bit, because we're just so both used to doing it the other way and being kind of leaders in our own fields.
Yeah, but it didn't come across too much like that today, but that's possibly because you're used to dealing with Lego, Karen, so you took on that role much more, and Alistair took on the kind of helper role, which is probably why Amy and Emmanuel did that as well. Because Emmanuel...
it is also, seeing we're highlighting different things, it is also the fact, you know, because my eyes are shimmery, particularly today, you know, the whole visual impairment thing, because of the shimmer, and I was actually finding the detail quite difficult to see. So that's my excuse. But the other, I mean, it is also the fact, I think, for me, that there are times where when you're in your normal setting, you're quite happy to be the leader, but sometimes you actually welcome the fact that you can just say, no, I'm taking a back seat here, this is not my normal situation. That and the fact we were on camera and I didn't want any evidence that I was bossing her about. So.
Yeah, but you know, and the Lego sort of shows up as well, that you can take on different roles at different times. Yes. And so getting a practice of doing that, but also when you go into the designing, people will naturally take on a role that maybe they like to do better or they do more naturally. And actually within your different teams, it was difficult to see because you can't actually see on Zoom, but sometimes you were actually separating out and building a little bit each and then putting it together. I know Jill and Blondie definitely did it when I was in with them at times, but other times you were, you know, giving the model to the other person and letting them build it, particularly if you hit a problem and thought, oh, I don't know how much to do on this bit, so I'll pass it on to the other person and see if they can do it. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. So how did you all find it? I mean,
I must admit, I like the fact tonight, June, that it was all, you know, couples that are coming together, so there was that added dynamic of watching how the couples were doing. I mean, as I've said, you know, 30 years, Jill, Blondie, you're together what? How many years now that you're owning up to?
I add up in our head now.
You're supposed to know that straight off the bat.
Already, nearly.
Amy and Emmanuel, you're the newcomers.
Yeah, so we're about 2.5 years.
So I mean, again, I think that's also part of it, that, you know, how things change. I mean, I always look at Cam's mum and dad and think, oh dear God, that's how we're going to turn out. But I didn't mean that, honest Elizabeth. But you know, but I mean, you know, there is an element of that the longer you are together, you kind of know how people are going to react in situations, and that's very much the case in my work situation. In that a lot of the people I work beside, I've worked with for many years, even volunteers, I've worked with them for many years, whereas people that come in, I was saying to one of the funders this afternoon, I'm currently working with somebody, and normally I would take a year to get, you know, I'd get used to them, they'd get used to me, we'd work out how we were going to work together, and as long as we achieved our objectives by the end of the year, that'd be fine. Whereas right now, the project we're working on, we've only got 6 weeks. So we've still got to achieve all of our outcomes within 6 weeks. And I think in a business setting, quite often, that is also similar in that, I mean, I'll say Jill this time, and Amy, you know, basically Blondie. I mean, when you're doing your weddings, I'm assuming it must be similar that, you know, you've got to get your design done within a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm. Very quickly. I mean, the thing is, for the weddings, like brides can come in years in advance.
That's right.
Kind of talk about it, but you can only do so much 24 hours before, because there's, you know, you can't you can plan as much as you possibly can, but the actual physically doing it pretty much 24 hours beforehand.
And do you bring in specific people to do that, or do you have? Is it just you?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jill. She gets roped in sometimes, and my volunteers, my mum and dad, have helped for like Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, and things like that. But yes, it's very different whenever you've got people coming in. Whenever you're so used to working by yourself, and then you're trying to explain how to do something that comes just so naturally to you, to have to try and explain that to somebody that's, well, how did you find it when you worked in the shop? Do as I'm told.
Yes, dear.
Pretty much.
No, I mean, so again, Amy and Emmanuel, I mean, 2.5 years together, you know, how do you find that dynamic? How do you work things out?
You want to start? Okay. For me, I think it's about getting used to each other and knowing how each person reacts to some things.
You're super quiet, Emmanuel. Can you sit in a wee bit closer?
Yeah, I said it's about getting used to other person's decisions and making decisions that consider how they are going to react.
Yes.
So I think based on these 2.5 years, I can predict what will be Amy's reaction to most things.
Well, see, one of the when Karen and I first got together, there was a wonderful lady who worked with me, and when she knew that Karen and I were going to start living together, she actually said, "Now, for goodness sake, work out where you squeeze the toothpaste tube." And I was like, "You've got to be joking me!" And it turned out that I was a bottom squeezer and Karen's a middle squeezer.
Oh, controversial.
Them's fighting words. I think you're fine.
And the solution, I actually took that problem to my team, and they said, "You know how Colgate's brought out the new tube that's a solid plastic? You get one of them." Because it was things like that. You know, I always say, June, that I always act the daft laddie and have done for 40 years, because quite often, if you don't make the assumption that you're always right, or you're always, you know everything, that sometimes somebody will actually come back with an idea you don't have, which of course you then claim as your own. But you know, it's things like that, and that I think, I particularly at the moment, I'm finding really tough. That because everybody's working in isolation, I find that quite tough at the moment.
Yeah, I think so. And people sort of on the autistic spectrum, you're talking about predicting what the other person is going to do and see. We can work it out more easily, although blind people wouldn't necessarily be able to do that, from the cues that we're getting, from the messages, you know, people's gestures and facial expressions, or their tones of voice. And people on the spectrum struggle to pick those messages up over and above, you know, the language, and quite often they can struggle to process the language as well. It's just slower for them, and so they'll struggle to predict how you might react or how somebody else might react, and also they're being a bit more literal. So when they're saying something, they'll actually be saying it because it's a fact, rather than thinking how the other person might react to that or feel about that. Now that's not true in every case, because some people are oversensitive to people's feelings and they struggle with that, but that's why the spectrum is so broad. But yes, it's really interesting just to see how they'll struggle where somebody else might not, but then those who are also blind might struggle because they can't necessarily see the gestures or pick up on some of those things. They might pick up on the tones of voice, but then if they're both autistic and blind, then it's even worse for them, or even more difficult for them.
I must admit, at the moment, during that, when I'm on calls at the moment, again, in the call we were in this afternoon, we were actually saying that, you know, we're finding that it's quite exhausting being in camera, but one of the things that I'm doing, because instead of just having to concentrate on the person's face, I'm finding that I'm now using my hands a lot more. You know, and you know, if you're in a deaf-blind community and you're saying cheerio, you know, you do and the number of Zoom calls that you see the cheerio moment on a Zoom call, and the number of people that are now feeling the urge to sort of wave their hands about, etc., or you know, show more than just their facial reaction. And I'm finding that there was certain of our people who have autism that, again, as you were saying, they weren't picking up cues, and therefore, you know, I then noticed that I would maybe exaggerate, or I would explain my how I was feeling at that moment, you know, and having to sort of make a point of saying something about it, which was interesting.
One of the things that they actually do in conferences sometimes for people who are training, but also people who are participants who are on the autistic spectrum, instead of clapping, they actually do this.
Do the hand.
Yeah, they do the hands, and that's for sensory reasons, because people are oversensitive to hearing and they find it quite painful to hear clapping. So that's why.
No, I mean, it is. I think, can I just thank you, June? As tonight's the last sort of session of it, can we thank you for doing this? You know, yes, we look forward to the final paperwork coming through. I'll just put it that way. But no, I mean, you know, it has been useful, and obviously I've been watching them as I've been putting them together as for the video, and it is useful to watch, and it's hopefully going to be a great tool for the charity to use in the future, to just show people. So again, all of you have taken part over the sessions. We really do appreciate you doing it, and hopefully lots of people are going to watch the videos and learn from our experiences as well. So thank you, one and all.
Are we going to send pictures of our creations to June, and then you'll put them together?
June.
If
you're in the friends group, aren't you?
I'm in the friends group, yes. I'm not sure if I know exactly how to put them on the Facebook page, but can probably work
Can
that
we do a
out.
poll? You know how you put the pictures up and people click on the pictures that they want, and that.
June, even when on the practical side, even when you're ready to do that, if you give me a shout and I will guide you through it, and in that way, it'll be you who puts it up, rather than it being my name that's against it.
Yes.
If you get my drift.
Yes. Yeah, I can do that. If you can take pictures and get them to me tomorrow, because I'm actually going on I'm taking annual leave as of sort of whatever time I finish tomorrow evening for 2 weeks. So so that would be good. And then you can get the poll picture, the poll done as well.
We've done our pictures, and we've done like one from the top and one from the side, just to get, because it's obviously a 3D object. So we've done two views, just so that everyone else has an idea of what we've done, because we've done it against the white paper. So.
And against the white card, Amy, did you just say?
Yeah, so we did it against the white paper, so you could see, and then I've done two views. It's probably my radiographer coming out of me. It's easier to see something if you do it from 2 views. So, yeah.
Fantastic. We'll do that as well. I'm noticing somewhere we've got slow internet at the moment, so just that why I was saying thank you there was just in case we lose everybody.
Right. Okay.
but there's a slow internet warning coming up here, so I don't know if it's affecting anyone else.
It's probably ours.
I think something came up with ours, so I don't know if it's us.
It could be anybody really. I haven't had it up on mine, but sometimes it's mine and it's not coming up anywhere. So
basically, as I say, June, thank you once again, and really do appreciate it. Yes, it has been good fun. So put a smile on my face.
June, if you need any volunteers to help you out at any further training sessions, I've got the Lego.
I'll take you up on that, Karen. I will take you up on that, Karen. Name is going down.
and I think for the other participants, I think we might start up maybe a monthly Lego club, where we can just show off our designs and perhaps share designs that we can build on the night.
But during those clubs, we're allowed to get the gin and the red wine out.
Oh, good. I could make some very interesting models.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. That was brilliant, and it's been great doing it. I've loved it. It's been so enjoyable. So thanks very much for making it enjoyable for me.
Thank you very much. It's been fun.
Can you do your wavy thing, please, everybody?
Bye then.
What are you doing?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.